Hello, this is NuBrGNi, and welcome to Breaking Out, the show about North American StarCraft 2 players. Here on this show, we spend 1 week highlighting an up-and-coming North American player. Throughout the week, we find out more about the player's history, their personality, and their playstyle over the course of 6 short episodes. On Monday, we'll interview the player and find out more about them. Tuesday through Thursday, we'll watch a game from each of the various matchups casted by your very own NuBrGNi. On Friday, we'll check out a generally awesome game with some sick play, and on Saturday, we'll kick it back with the player and have some wacky fun with some randomly selected events like handicap ladder matches, karaoke, and dance contests. Each episode aims to be about 20 to 30 minutes long, so you can learn more about the North American StarCraft 2 scene without interrupting your busy WCS schedule. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Game resumed.
Hello, this is NuBrGNi coming at you with another episode of Breaking Out, the show about North American StarCraft 2 players that you need to know about. Today on the show, we're going to have our Zerg versus Protoss, and I am here with Shadow. How you doing today, Shadow?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pleased to be here.
I know.
Thank you very much.
It's going to be awesome. But guys, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is Breaking Out, the show about North American StarCraft 2 players. We spend 1 week highlighting an up-and-coming North American player, and this week is entirely dedicated to Eternity Gaming's NuBrGNi, who is actually going to be playing this game. So let's go ahead and jump in and introduce the players as we spawn down here in the bottom right-hand corner on top of the green Zerg player. He is the highlight player of the week from Eternity Gaming. It is NuBrGNi.
And spawning in the top left corner, playing as the yellow Protoss from Team Core, it is One Trick Pony.
And, you know, Core Gaming has actually been getting some really good results lately, so all their players doing pretty well for themselves, and it's going to be a little bit of a tough fight, I think, for NuBrGNi, who is also trying to make a bit of a name for himself. So I'm kind of curious, what do you think has really been going on in this matchup?
Oh, well, in ZvP, we're seeing a lot of Phoenix play. Like, that's become pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to say something. The Core is actually doing really well against Team Gravity right now in the UASL.
Yeah, they're doing really well. They're like 6-1 or 7-1 right now in the UASL.
Yeah. Which it's surprising because Team Gravity last season, they absolutely swept it. And it looks like Core is a serious competitor to them this time around.
Mm-hmm. So we see that there's a Forge fast expansion going. Well, a Nexus first into, I assume, what's going to be a Forge being thrown down for One Trick Pony. So what do you think NuBrGNi might be up to in this game? Or what is he going to be thinking?
Well, he went pool before hatch, so we know he's probably a little worried about cheekiness. As you can see already, the probe is being a pain in the ass. And he is, in fact, One Trick Pony is, in fact, going Forge fast expand, so at the very least, you're going to need a few Zerglings before you try and put down that third hatch. Yeah,
it does take a while for that Overlord to get on the other side of the map, but Pylon actually being thrown down by One Trick Pony, just trying to be as annoying as possible. And, I mean, the Zerglings are going to be out very soon, as it looks like 6 of them already there, and, ooh, I like this play from NuBrGNi. He says, well, if you're just going to do that, I'm just going to take the other natural expansion and send all of my Zerglings over to your base, because your Force is going to be delayed if you try to go for that Pylon this early, and your Cannon's going to be delayed.
Indeed, but, you know, in theory, 4 to 6 Zerglings shouldn't really be able to do anything, unless One Trick Pony is sloppy and doesn't finish his wall.
Oh no, the probe is actually not there to finish off the wall in, and the 4 Zerglings get into the main base. Oh, this is exactly what NuBrGNi was talking about in his interview. He said he was the type of player that likes to punish his opponents for making mistakes or cutting corners, and this is definitely a corner he cut. He was not ready with that probe to finish that wall in, and immediately NuBrGNi is going to be the one player that gets those 4 Zerglings in every single time.
You know, this is really One Trick Pony's fault. I mean, he tried to put a gate and a pylon up in
oh my god,
the natural of NuBrGNi, and you know, there's a reason why you don't do that. It's been already proven that if Zerg is aggressive and runs up after you, there's no way to stop the Zerglings from getting in.
Yeah, and now losing this gas geyser is going to be so painful for One Trick Pony. I mean, I guess the natural expansion is up, so you could just throw down the second gas down over there, but this is going to delay at least some of the gas money. It's just going to mess with One Trick Pony's mind and his build right now.
Yeah, it is. But I will say that right now, at the very least, going for him, One Trick Pony does have a worker lead. So his economy shouldn't really be behind. And if he can clean these Zerglings up without too much damage, then he might come out of this all right.
Yeah, single probe does end up falling, but the Zergling also ends up trading its life for it. A good trade for NuBrGNi, but NuBrGNi is still being kind of annoying with these 3 Zerglings. Zealot, it's going to take quite a while to chase around those Zerglings, but as soon as a Stalker pops out, I believe you should be okay, but actually no Stalker coming out, just another Zealot.
Yeah, this is kind of funny watching this ring around a rosy up here.
Oh, man. That's some pretty good control, though. I mean, the probes are constantly being pulled off every so often to try and deal with these Zerglings, and, I mean, they're still managing to stay alive and just be annoying. And I have to say, he's getting a really, really good scout off also. As long as he can keep the Zerglings alive for just a little bit longer, do you think you'll be able to see any kind of really big tech that gets thrown down?
No, I don't think so. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen the Mothership Core yet from One Trick Pony. Or at the very least, well, you know, where is the Stalker?
Yeah, the Stalker is finally being produced, but he opted to go for a Zealot for a really long time now. These Zerglings might actually be able to get something else useful done as they continue to wail away at this probes, but what exactly is NuBrGNi up to as we see a single evolution chamber being thrown down alongside a Roach Warren?
Yeah, and Zergling speed at the same time. I'm not committed to the idea that he's going to attack soon, but it's a sincere possibility that it's coming soon. And probably he's going to wait for at least missile attack to finish out of that evil chamber first.
Oh my god. All 3 of these Zerglings are total Rambos, although as I say that, all 3 of the Zerglings get picked off by the Zealot, but I have to hand it to NuBrGNi, man. He was doing all of his build order stuff, he was macroing up and doing everything while keeping all 3 of those Zerglings alive for an absurdly long amount of time.
Yeah, indeed. And he's now got a much stronger 3-base economy going on, now that he's had time to get the natural going and fully saturated.
Yeah, but +1 weapons is on the way, and it's going to be finishing up very, very soon with these Stalkers, or sorry, I should say the Stalker and the Zealot moving out. Do you think he's going to be able to do a lot of pressure over here?
I don't think it's going to be huge. Really, I mean, with just a Mothership Core and a Stalker and a few Zealots, not really.
Yeah, Stalker does end up getting surrounded. The Mothership Core actually not in range to do a recall, so both the Zealot and the Stalker get taken out very, very quickly.
And that was a mistake. Really, you're not supposed to sack your early Stalkers on Zerglings. That's just not a good idea for not just the obvious reasons, but
oh,
get behind, oh wow, wow.
Oh, that
so
is not a
complete
complete
defend back here.
Oh god, that is so painful. And actually, there's only a photon cannon over here. The destructible rocks have not been taken out, so actually, there's not going to be any defenses over here. A single probe trying to wail away at the rocks as some kind of final hope that he would be able to get units over there to defend. But this 3rd expansion is not going to go up. NuBrGNi doing a great job just kind of punishing his opponent for these mistakes.
Yeah, and at this point, I really don't see what One Trick Pony can do. He's trying to go air toss, sky toss, excuse me, but it's going to be too little too late.
Oh man, it's going to be really, really difficult to make that work, but Mothership Core going to be wailing away at a couple of these Zerglings. At least get a little bit of damage in over here. The Stalker is...
This is enough Zerglings to break this wall.
Yeah, there's only a photon cannon. Actually, the photon cannon is a part of the wall in, so that's actually going to potentially get taken out, although a Knight's Force Field will save it sometime. Oh man,
And
Zerglings...
here they come.
Yeah, Zergling's going to be streaming over into the natural expansion. Take out the sentry.
Take out that one pylon and cut all those gates from working.
Oh god, Artosis Pylon incoming. It's getting focus fire down. The Stargate is also getting taken out, as well as the Nexus actually taking some damage. All these gateways going to be warped in, but to what end? None of them will be powered. The main Nexus is going to get taken out very, very soon, because a single Void Ray is not going to be enough to actually take out these Zerglings in time. And this game is just looking like NuBrGNi's game to lose right now. He has just done such an enormous amount of damage this game.
Yeah, and really, I mean, it comes down to kind of a silly build order from One Trick Pony, trying to do almost like a proxy gate in the natural. I mean, you know that's going to get discovered, and the whole point of a proxy gate is that you don't discover it until the Zealots are out. And then, after that happened, I mean, throwing that Stalker across the map and not having recall or anything, and just losing a Stalker to Zerglings, it's suicidal.
Yeah, oh man, actually there's more Zerglings actually getting into the natural expansion once again, and just continuing to be annoying. Amazingly enough, you have to hand it to One Trick Pony. He's managed to keep a lot of those probes alive. I mean, he really hasn't dwindled too heavily in terms of how many workers he has. It's just how many bases his workers can actually mine from that's the problem.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the thing is that all NuBrGNi traded was some minerals to cause all that economic disruption.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I don't really see 2 Void Rays and a Mothership Core really doing much.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
with Spore Crawlers already up.
Yeah, NuBrGNi already has Spore Crawlers. He has a Queen over here. Queen might actually get taken out by these 2 Void Rays and a nice time warp. No, it actually manages to get back in time. And yeah, you were saying the Hydralisk definitely playing a huge part into this defense. I don't know. Is there anything you think that One Trick Pony could do? Maybe switch into Dark Templars or something?
No, there's spores.
Oh man,
really
you're
don't
right.
see DTs. I mean, I guess there's no spores in the natural, but I mean, come on.
Oh man, NuBrGNi has definitely just been in control of this game since the very beginning, and I have to agree with you. I mean, One Trick Pony going for that gateway over at the natural expansion really just did not pay off. I think he was just trying to be annoying and trying to delay that natural expansion for as long as possible, and maybe not even looking to produce cells from it. But I mean, as you said, like, it just delays everything else so much.
You can't block with a gateway and a pylon. You can block with a pylon. It's been shown that that is pretty much even when you do that, if you don't count into how much it disrupts your opponent. But economically, it's about even. But if you throw a gateway on his side of the map where he can see it, that's you're just basically saying, hey, I'm better than you, much better than you. What are you going to do about it?
That actually could very well be just the case. NuBrGNi may be trying to just get in his opponent's head. I don't know, man, but NuBrGNi has a very, very scary army. Hydralisk and Zerglings coming in with +1 Carapace upgrade. Gonna try and knock down these destructible rocks, and once they're knocked down, what is there going to be to defend this 3rd expansion? And he does have actually a handful of these units, and you might actually be able to get another warp in soon.
Yeah, but we're talking gateway units versus Hydralisk. With range.
Yeah, I'm wondering maybe if he gets the key force fields going through this choke, he might actually be able to pick off enough units to at least defend for a little bit longer, but I mean, he's already used up 2 of them, and he only has a handful of them left.
Indeed, and behind this, we see that NuBrGNi has taken his 4th. Completely uncontested.
It's going to be difficult. That Zealot is actually not completing the wall, and I hope that One Trick Pony actually realizes that before all the Zerglings actually run in. But here we go. The Hydra's moving into the 3rd expansion wall. The Zerglings trying to knock down this wall in over here. The Hydra's actually doing a pretty good job cleaning up most of the army over there. And actually now the Void Rays are going to be under fire. 1 Void Ray gets taken out. The 2nd Void Ray going to be taken out very, very soon as the wall in has been completely decimated by these Hydrals and those Zerglings.
Yeah, and another hatch goes up, and really this is what you're seeing now is just the effect of having twice army supply. He was basically able to attack on 2 flanks and not lose either army.
Yeah, the Hydrals will get cleaned up eventually by this Colossus, a badass Colossus with 6 kills and +1 weapons, but I mean, the damage, as you said, has been done time and time and time again, and not just direct damage, but just saying, like, I'm ahead, just gonna take 4 expansions, and what are you really gonna do about it?
Yeah, he could just throw units in now. He has absolutely no reason to even try and trade cost effectively. He can just keep streaming units in until it's over.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys, but yeah, here come in all of the Zerglings. The Zerglings just gonna do an absurd amount of damage. +2 Carapaces up, finished up, and GG gets called. One Trick Pony taps out, and NuBrGNi from Team Eternity Gaming gonna take this game, but I mean, we kind of talked about it a lot already as we see all the mutals coming out now. What do you think was really like the big turning point? Do you think that after One Trick Pony went for that kind of pylon and gateway at the natural expansion, it was just there's no way you could really come back from this?
I would have to say yes. I really think that's what did it, because it's very unsettling having to micro in your base for 3 minutes while you're trying to get your economy going. I mean, he was constantly chasing the Zerglings, constantly having to put the probes into position just to deal with 3 or 4 little Zerglings because he didn't wall off. And the mental task or the mental cost of something like that is huge. And even if they were on even playing grounds before, once that happened, it wasn't even anymore. There was no way it could have been.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and it's something that, again, NuBrGNi is the kind of player that says, you know, if you do those kind of things, if you actually mess up any of those, you know, even small things like your 15, like that cannon was probably around 5 to 10 seconds away from completing. It was just 5 or 10 seconds late. But if you're that far behind in your build order, NuBrGNi is going to punish you. He is the type of player that's not going to let you get away with those kind of mistakes. So,
yeah, it would have been better if One Trick Pony had just canceled the gateway the moment units were starting to attack it, and you've got to expect the Lings to come and counterattack. And just, throwing the gateway or cybernetics core down and completed the wall. He would have been a lot better off.
Yeah, for sure. But with that being said, that is actually going to put an end to this game. So thank you so much again, Shadow, for coming along and casting this game with me. And guys, please go ahead and check out NuBrGNi. You can actually check out his Twitter, his Twitch TV channel, and everything else. The links are all going to be in the Twitch TV chat if you're watching this live over on twitch.tv/FearDragon64. Or it'll be just below the video on youtube.com/FearDragon64 if you're watching the VODs. But hey, Rob, where can people catch you at?
You can follow me on Twitter at rmdeluca. And also facebook.com/Tampa Esports. Thanks.
Yeah, and could you actually spell out DeLuca? Because that is actually a hard name to spell.
RM as in Mike, DeLuca. DELUCA.
All right, awesome. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider following me over here on Twitch or over on YouTube, of course, where you'll get all the VODs. The Twitch TV stream is happening every Monday through Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. And the YouTube VODs are pretty much uploaded half an hour after the live stream is basically broadcasted. So definitely check those out if you miss any of those episodes. It's happening, once again, 6 days a week, so a lot of content. But most of the episodes pretty short, so you should be able to fit it into your time schedule. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow for the awesome game at 8:30 p.m. Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. See you all there.
See ya.